Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I've got some good news for you guys. Judge Bum in New Jersey has issued a preliminary injunction against a whole slew of anti-gun carry laws that they passed in New Jersey, and this was in direct response to the NYSERPA versus Bruin. So the great thing about this order that the judge gave is that in the order she specifically points out that these laws that they are passing have no other purpose other than to harass uh, gun rights people, and basically they don't do anything to keep anybody safe. They are just there as pure harassment. Okay, so it's great that she actually put that in the order, right? And the good thing about this is, even though this is New Jersey, other judges across the country are going to see this, and they kind of feed off of each other. A lot of times they reference other court cases. So now, specifically to New Jersey, and it's kind of important to me because I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. So a lot of the people that I train come from New Jersey, okay? So I have had a whole bunch of people that have contacted me, have reached out, and they have asked me what what this injunction means for them specifically, okay? So I'm just going to give you guys a general overview of some of the high points of this injunction. First thing, big thing, is that it takes basically the way they were trying to do it is that if you were going to carry a gun on any private property, like let's say if you're going to go into a gas station or a supermarket or anything, you had to get permission in advance, okay? Which of course made gun carrying, basically it just made it an impossibility, right? Because if you're, let's say you're on the highway driving through New Jersey and you got to stop at a gas station, well, you can't be carrying a gun over there unless you first get permission, okay? And the question becomes, okay, well, who do you even go to get permission from? Okay, so again, it's pure harassment. I mean, they knew when they created this, they knew that it was going to be completely unworkable. They just did it so that people would not even try to carry a gun, even though they had a gun permit. The other thing is that it also made it almost impossible to have a gun in your car. Again, everybody travels places by car. And the other thing that was pretty big was that during the interview process, right? So they would interview the person trying to get the carry permit, but then they would also have to interview all of the references that that person gave up. So it wasn't a question, because over the years I've given many references to people. Basically, you just fill out the card, good person, known them for so many years, and that's the end of it. Okay, but if I'm now giving the reference, now they would actually bring me in, right, to interview me, right? And of course, if I'm giving references to a whole bunch of people, I mean, I could be there, on a very regular basis. So it completely impractical. Now, I have another problem with the whole interview process, and I'm going to do a separate video on this. But the problem that I have with the interview process altogether, that includes the person that's applying for a permit. Aside from the fact that you shouldn't need to apply for a permit for a constitutional right. Second Amendment is your carry permit. Okay, it says right there, right to bear arms. But the problem that I have with the interview process is it is a violation of the Fifth Amendment, right? The right against self-incrimination. Now, if you think about this for a second, right? You're called in for an interview / interrogation, okay? And this is so that you can get a right that you already have, or is it to keep a right that you already have? But the point is, if you say the wrong words, okay, they can now take away this right. So effectively, they're convicting you, right? So the person interviewing you, the cop, has the ability to convict you pretty much on the spot and deny you your right. So this is a very big violation of the Fifth Amendment. So I'm gonna do a separate video on that, but I just wanted to kind of introduce that topic. But anyway, like I was saying, I have a whole bunch of people that have been contacting me, asking me what this injunction means for them specifically. And here's the thing, like as far as, like, let's say here in Pennsylvania, right? The laws here in Pennsylvania have been very stable for a very long time. So as a gun instructor, I feel very confident in telling people, hey, this is what the law is. The gun carry laws are in Pennsylvania. You know, these are places where you can carry. These are places that you can't carry. Let's say like a post office or a courthouse or whatever. So because the laws in Pennsylvania have been so stable for such a long time, I feel very confident that I can give people that type of advice. Okay, now in New Jersey and a lot of other places like New York and Maryland and other places where I sometimes end up training people. Okay, because the laws are in such flux. Okay, I don't feel confident. Okay, I don't feel comfortable in telling people that, hey, injunction was issued, yesterday or the day before, whenever, and this is what it means. Now you can carry here, carry there, because by the time I even get this information to this person, but it might change. For example, Judge Bum issued an injunction. It is certain that they are going to appeal it. Okay, so who knows what it's going to be a week from now. Okay, so that's why I don't feel comfortable telling people what the law is in New Jersey, where they can carry, what they can't carry. What I do tell people is, have yourself a prepaid legal service, right? Like U.S. Lawshield. It's only $11 a month, okay? And with the promo code, you get like a free month, and then they take 20, depending on, it's different from state to state, but you go to the website or you download the app, you input this promo code. You can see it right there. It's $10.95 per month. Let's say $11 per month, okay? And then with the promo code, you get some additional freebies, okay? Oh, by the way, this is not gun insurance, because one of the things that Judge Bum struck down was the need for gun carry insurance. That's different than this. Gun carry insurance is kind of like, it's basically liability insurance, where what they're setting up is, hey, if you use your gun in self-defense, basically, everybody, they're setting it up in such a way that everybody is now going to go and try and sue your insurance company, right? Because as soon as you make insurance available, okay, a general thing, all of a sudden, everybody's going to try and use that insurance because there's money out there available, okay? So that would only increase the amount of lawsuits that would happen if somebody was in fact using a gun for self-defense. And this would be the person that you're defending yourself against. So this is not what this is. This isn't liability insurance. Basically, this is a prepaid lawyer, okay? And but a lot of times we will refer to as gun insurance or gun carry insurance. But this is different from the liability insurance that the states are trying to push on you, right? Because that doesn't really benefit you. In fact, all that does is really benefit the state. But this actually benefits you. The first way, the way that you are most likely to use this, right, and the way that you're going to use this the most often is when you have gun questions or gun carry questions. You call up the lawyer, right? You call up your prepaid lawyer, right, and you ask them that. And what they do is they give that answer to you in writing, right? They email you the answer, and then if there's a change, basically they'll send you, if something else happens, they will send you an updated email. Okay, so that is the main way that I use this prepaid legal service. I think I've had it at this point, so at least 10 years at this point. That's the main way that I use them. I ask them gun-related questions. Now, the other way is if you're traveling, okay? So if I'm traveling, let's say to Florida or something, I will ask them for an itinerary, right? And they'll tell me which, they'll give me the best. If I'm driving down to Florida, they'll tell me the best path. They'll say, okay, you can drive through these states carrying. In these states, you have to unload. Gun has to be unloaded. Or in these states, avoid it altogether. So that's how I use this service. Now, of course, if you ever are in an actual self-defense type of situation, yeah, you have a lawyer on call. So everybody knows by now, right? We've said it enough times. You don't sit there and give detailed answers to the police. All you do, first of all, you reholster the gun as quickly as possible. Call 911, establish that you're the victim without giving any further details. When the police arrive, you establish that you are the victim. Okay, you make them aware of where the evidence is. Right, there's his gun, there's his knife. Here are my shell cases. If these things happen to move, either by the wind or because EMS was running through the place, you make them aware of it then and there, so they can put in the report. You point out the witnesses. Right, tell them, listen, I can't make any statements for the advice of my lawyer, but there's some witnesses over there. Those people saw. You should ask them. And then you keep your mouth shut and you let the lawyers do the talking for you. Okay. So that's if you're actually in a self-defense type of situation. But the way that most of especially my New Jersey people, the way that you're going to be using this now, not just New Jersey, but also if you're in California, a lot of these, Maryland, a lot of these anti-gun states that are being forced to now issue carry permits. Well, they're issuing the carry permits, right, because they kind of have to, but they see you as a political enemy. So, and this isn't just a matter of you being in a self-defense type of situation, but let's say you bend over and your gun peeks out a little bit, and then you have some Democrat there that just wants to give you a hard time. They call the police, hey, I saw his gun, he was threatening me. Okay, you're not going to be able to talk your way out of this, right? You gotta have a lawyer on call that can deal with this for you, because at the very least they're going to try and take away your carry permit, right? And worse, they might actually try and prosecute you. Okay. So the one I use is US Lawshield. I did a comparison review of a couple of others. This one seems to be the cheapest at $11 per month, and it kind of gives you the most. Okay. And with the promo code Pocono Shooting, you get like an extra month. In some states, you get 2 months. So it depends where you're at. So for all the people that have been calling me up, asking me what this injunction means in New Jersey, I'm going to refer you to these guys. All right? I mean, I told you throughout the course of the video on the surface what it means, but I mean, I definitely don't recommend you take my word for it. Okay, talk to a lawyer, get the answer in writing, and then set yourself up so that you get automatic updates if anything changes, right? Because here's the thing: it's one thing to know what law they pass or what law the injunction puts on hold. It's another thing to know, like, okay, what's the practicality on it? Can I strap on the gun? Can I go here? Can I go there? Can I drive in my car? So you gotta talk to these guys and get the practicality of how can you actually use your gun permit. Okay. Now for New Jersey, I am able to do these certifications. So and I wasn't even sure if they were going to accept it, because basically what I do is I just do the standard NRA certification test. I know, for example, New York won't accept it, right? They do their own thing. But New Jersey, it seems that they have been accepting my certifications, under my as a certified instructor. So that's why I've been getting a lot of Jersey people, and now they're calling me up to ask me what this injunction means. And like I said, I gave you an overview, but don't take my word for it. Get the answer from an actual lawyer, get it in writing, and go off that. So again, it's US Lawshield. Okay, it's $11 per month, and there's your promo code to get you some freebie. All right, I'll talk to you all soon.